Thank you, John, for that perspective on network payment tokens. I'm going to elaborate a little bit on how we deal with the network payment tokens. Of course, you have to find the right partner, PSP, for that. I also want to extend my thank you to Paysecure. You guys hear me well?
Yeah. Now,
Good. My name is Stefan Phillips. For those that don't know me, I lead gaming partnerships within Worldpay. Does anyone not know Worldpay in the room? Oh, then I'm done. I got that. So Worldpay transacts in 135 currency. We're present on 225 markets. We process 2.3 trillion in volume. If you would think of it as a country, in terms of GDP, we'd be the 8th biggest country in the world. Anyone know who that is? Did you hear the? Okay, this is better. So 2.3 trillion in volume. If we were a country, we'd be the 8th biggest in the world. Anyone know who that would be? That would be Italy. Now I'll see y'all in Italy, and we will probably raise that GDP there as well. Now we have over 1 million merchants, and we have 60 plus unique APMs. I'll get a little bit closer to this. Now, Worldpay started in 1998 in the gaming space. We support 19 out of 20 of the biggest operators in the world. Some of you guys are in the room, actually. 200 plus merchants globally. And what makes us unique is our scalability. We can do currently, we process 1,200 transactions a second, and we're able to scale that. Right? If you think about the Grand National, you put a bet on 5 minutes before your Champions League final. We are able to support that scaling of your transactions. We're also in the front of the technology. We are one of the first to market with MasterCard Send. And of course, I'm not going to say we're perfect. Right? There's things we're late with as well. For instance, Pix, we're only launching in Q1 next year. But the fact is, if you look at the market, there's some clunky products out there, right? And this enables us to bring out a product that is fit for the market and extend it to the network we have currently. Partnerships is, of course, very important. It's my space within the industry. It's important that we're partnered with the right partners, strategic partners like Paysecure, for instance. This includes associations. For instance, in North America, we're part of the AGA, the American Gaming Association, the Canadian Gaming Association, Indian Gaming Association, and we have board seats within those associations. This means we can lobby for the merchants in case of any regulatory constraints that they may have. And there you see Paysecure as well. Now we make sure that we have a right partner network in place. This could be your turnkey solution, platforms, orchestration layers, PSPs, and also payment solutions. The important thing is that every road leads to Worldpay. That way, we make sure that the right products are in place that can support you as an operator. Now, why are we the number one acquirer in Europe? Second globally, actually, I think it's JP Morgan that leads the space. And I'm not going to go to every single one of those. Right? We are in 225 jurisdictions. We support 68 local markets, which is the biggest out of any acquirer within the space. I think the next one is at 53. This also means that we have better out rates in those local markets and lower costs for yourself. And we have local service within those markets as well. Payouts, a very vital component of your payment infrastructure. I mean, everyone can do deposits, all right? But to do payouts effectively, whether it's MasterCard Send, Visa Direct, SEPA Instant, or even Instant or Open Banking, they're essential and they're a hygiene factor within the gaming space. Our support structure, and this is where we are very, very unique within the space. Normally, you have your salesperson or your partner manager. So if you're your partner, then you get an integration manager assigned, and then you get your account executive, who's the jack of all trades, but master of none. In Worldpay, it works a little bit different. You have a whole relationship team around you. And this goes from your solution consultant to your implementation manager to a whole optimization team who will actually join the calls and look at your flows and say, okay, you can optimize this, that, and create better authorization rates for yourself. And of course, fraud. Fraud is very, very important as well. Don't know if anyone in the room uses fraud sites. Probably. For fraud sites, we run about 8 million transactions to it, so it's a huge pool of data. Now, of course, in this day and age, fraud has taken a different dimension with AI. This is why we recently purchased Ravelin, which is an AI-based fraud tool. They work very differently in that they use the graph network, which basically means that they graph all the transactions that you've made, all the IP addresses you've used in the past, and then they say, okay, this transaction is scary, potentially fraud. They're also one of the best when it comes to promo abuse, account takeover, which is some of the biggest hurdles now within the fraud space. Now, what better than the voice of the customer? I'll let you read that yourself. For anyone that knows Andy Layden from Bet365, he said it there perfectly. And this. Now, on the product side, we basically categorize everything within three kind of pillars: take, manage, and make. Now, in gaming, that would be deposits, manage, and withdrawals. Is this a talking thing? No. That's a recording thing. Now, on the deposit sides, of course, you have your multi currency. You have your card acquiring. On the managed sides, account updater. You have a revenue boost tool on the withdrawal side. So, like I mentioned, your Visa Direct, Mastercard Send, all kinds of mechanisms for payouts. But what I really want to concentrate on is a revenue boost tool. Now, revenue boost is a tool we made to kind of perfect what John was talking about, network payment tokens. Right? So when you look at a network payment token, it's actually kind of dumb. Right? So we realized that when you send a transaction to an issuer with a network payment token, yes, in general, it will increase your auth rates. But with some of them, it actually decreases it versus a PAN. So we build a mechanism, AI mechanism, that daily reads every issuer and reads whether a network payment token has a higher auth rate or a PAN has a higher auth rate. So we smart route based on that. In general, we see with the revenue boost tool a 4% increase in acceptance. The highest we've seen is 7%. Now, to sum it up, What's important?
Can I ask you a question? Sorry to interrupt. When do we expect to have revenue boost for patrols?
That's a good question. Let me come back to you on that. But I think it's already there, though. But I will check on that. So global scale, right? It's your ability to scale your business, go to different markets, and be local in those markets as well, right? So you can reduce your costs, heighten your out rates, payouts, have a good payout suit, have a reliable partner for those payouts. APM coverage, always important. So when you go to domestic, let's say you go to Spain, you have your Bison, you go to Belgium on phone, you have your bank contacts. Be local in the jurisdictions and have a good fraud protection to in place. Especially nowadays on the mobile age when you're on your phone and everything is embedded on your phone. Things like account takeover and stuff, they can be prevented by a good AI-driven fraud tool. Thank you for listening.